What's going on, everybody? Triple Crown 24 back today on a Saturday, and as the title suggests in this video, I will be teaming up with MikeO going forward on grading submissions. So this is a conversation that we had, and it's something that I've given a lot of thought into. Just, do I have the time to do this? Do I have what it takes, basically, kind of the intangibles to be able to host a group submission as large as the group that we have? And the answer was yes, and I've thought it through. And so what is happening now is that Mike is going to be doing SGC submissions exclusively in the group, and I will be doing PSA submissions exclusively in the group. So Mike is still going to be running the group alongside me. He's just going to be handling the SGC side of things. So if you've been submitting to him with SGC recently, that's going to be as normal, but with PSA now, it'll go through me. I do not get the same discounts that Mike did. I do get the standard discounts that you get for being part of the Collectors Club. As we build up the bulk submissions, I am hoping to reduce those rates, which in turn will reduce the rates for you, which won't happen overnight, but I hope that within, over the summer, we can build up enough bulk submissions in order to kind of chop the price down for you guys as much as possible and give you more benefits to submitting your cards through me. So I do want to say thank you again to Mike for really allowing me to run the PSA side of things. I know that he's put a lot of work into this, and I have a great deal of respect for all the time and energy that he puts into it. I'm only like a day, and I'm already seeing, kind of getting a taste for how much goes into it, and I know that there's a whole lot more coming, so I am extremely thankful. And it's something I take very seriously. I know how much Mike is appreciated within the group and how much respect he has within the community. And to be able to kind of operate under his umbrella to a degree is something that it does mean a lot to me. And I want to make sure that I uphold the same values and the same level of service that Mike has given to you on the PSA side of things. So that is my goal, 100%. A little bit about me, if you're not familiar. I run my own sports apparel and memorabilia business, so I'm pretty involved with this. That's why I felt comfortable taking on the PSA side of things, and I'm pretty accessible. I'm allowed to put as much time into this as I need, really, because I can kind of move things around. Very flexible with my schedule, so generally I can get back to you fairly quickly, barring something special is going on. Regarding any questions you might have, and always willing to help out. So by all means, you can reach out to me, and you can also reach out to Mike as well if you have any questions that maybe I can't answer right away, or you can ask one of the moderators in the Facebook group as well. They're all fantastic people who are very experienced with it. Excuse me. So I definitely vouch for them and their knowledge, and they're great people to work with. So feel comfortable dealing with them as well, because they're there to help you as moderators in the group. So this is a big step for me personally, kind of just growing my sports apparel and memorabilia brand, and I'm very much looking forward to working with a lot of you. A lot of you already know me. Some of you we might have just gotten in contact as soon as last night, or we'll get in contact now. So pleasure to meet you if that is the case. And I want to make sure that you feel comfortable submitting with me. For those who are in the group and had outstanding submissions with Mike, anything that has already been sent to PSA, he will handle. So submissions that are currently out will still be returned to him. He will still do the reveals. He will still send them back to you. It's just going to be any submissions that we submit going forward will go through me. I am actively accepting submissions now, so you can check out the group. There is a pinned post that is also in the announcements section, so it will always be at the top there. And it has two links. The first one is a Google Doc that has the instructions on how to submit and gives you the pricing. It gives you additional services that I offer. All of that is listed there, and I try to be as thorough as possible with that, but you can always ask me questions. And I'll also be posting when I will be doing the next submissions, or when the due dates are for you to get your cards into me. The first one, I'm aiming for mid-May. I know that PSA just reopened the bulk submission option as of yesterday. So I know a lot of you are anxious to get your cards out, and I want to make sure that we convert the group properly, the transitional stage here. But I also want to make sure that we're going quick enough where you can still get your cards out on time. So I figured 2 weeks was a good timetable for that, and we'll see how it goes from there. One thing to note with the bulk submissions is that there is a change in how PSA has structured them, and I have that listed in the Google Doc, so be sure to pay close attention to that when you go to submit. It's something that I will talk about more here in a minute. But the second link that you'll see there is the Google Sheet, which is going to be the submission tracker. So I will still post updates in the group, but in terms of just if you want to know, basically as soon as I know something and I have the time to go sit down at the computer and put it into the Google Sheet, you will know what's going on with the submission. So as soon as I see it's in Research and ID, I will go to the sheet, update it, it's in Research and ID. I have an activity log on there in one of the tabs that will show you when I've made changes and where I made those changes to. So if a submission progressed, say it went from stage 4 to stage 5, I will put that in the activity log so you can see when that happened. That way you don't have to wonder, hey, did I miss something here? Was this updated? It's just kind of meant for your convenience. And from there, there's also going to be a queue of submit cards that have been sent to me to be submitted. So when I enter your cards into the queue, that basically means, hey, I received your cards in the mail. I've gone through them. I've gone through your sheet, and I've entered them in just to confirm that everything's taken care of, so we don't have any questions that will delay getting the package out to PSA ahead of time. So once your cards are listed in there, if you don't hear from me like directly saying you're good to go, that means that you are good to go. If there's any issues before that, I will contact you and let you know individually. And that's just kind of a way to streamline the process so that we don't have any delays in getting out the submissions. So a couple of things that I want to highlight in the Google Doc is that process. It's like 2.5 pages is the entire sheet. Some of it you might not be interested in, like the additional services. I'm offering superior fit sleeves. In fact, let me see if I can get them here. So they look like this. A lot of you are probably familiar with them, but I have a big batch that will be coming in time for the very first submission that we get back. And I will be offering those to sleeve up your cards before they come back to you if you wish. I offer consignment services as well. So a lot of you who submit for resale, you can just submit those cards to me to consign it if you wish, to save on return shipping. And I can sell them for you when shows start back up. That's one of the benefits to submitting cards to be consigned with me, is I can sell them at shows. I have a pretty good reach to a lot of different types of collectors. So generally, if I get an item from you, I know at least one person who would be interested in it. So that's kind of something that we can explore at a later time when cards are actually starting to get returned. But those types of things aren't necessarily essential to the submission process. Kind of more so the essentials I will cover in a new video I'm going to try to record it today. If not, I will record it tomorrow. And my goal is to get it up by Monday. It'll be Wednesday at the absolute latest. So anybody who's watching my channel for regular content, I apologize. It's going to be on hold for probably about a week. And then I'll be, doing my own videos as normal, typical Triple Crown videos. But I want to make sure that I put these videos out there just as part of this change. And you'll be seeing the submission reveals here on this channel as well. And I'll post when I'm going to be going live, so you don't have to have the notifications turned on. Or if you don't have an account, you don't want to subscribe to me, that's perfectly okay. I will have the link in the group anytime that I'm going to go live. So you'll be able to watch the live submissions or watch the archived version still. So in the sheet, or the Google Doc, you will see all of the breakdown of the charges. The one big thing that I know that some people might be a little reluctant about is that I am going to ask that payments be made up front for submissions. So it just means I have to have the money by the time that we go to submit the cards and send them off. So, for example, the first submission deadline that I'm planning on right now is May 16th is the deadline to get your cards for me. That's 2 weeks from today, as of the day I'm recording this. And then from there, Monday the 18th would be the ship date. So I would need to have your payment in by Sunday night, because that's when I'm going to be packaging up the cards to send to PSA. At the absolute latest last minute, it'd be Monday morning. I'm going to try to line it up where it's near a payday for a lot of people. But if situation calls for it, then it might vary. It just kind of depends on what the demand is for the submissions. And that is something that I would like to tell you is temporary, but I cannot tell you how long it will be for, where I'm going to ask for the cost of the submission to be paid up front. Now, you don't have to pay for the return shipping right now. You don't have to pay for additional insurance right now if you don't want to. That is completely up to you. If you want to take care of all your additional charges right now, what I'll do is I'll invoice you two amounts. So there will be an amount for just the cost of your cards, which is basically 12 times however many cards you submit for a bulk submission. And then there will be the additional cost based on how much insurance you want, what kind of return shipping option that you would like. I'm very flexible with that. So those payments that are not going through PSA, they're going through me to pay the post office to send your cards back for you. Those will be able to wait. It's just the actual cost of the grading I'll need up front. And I'm hoping if I have to give it a timetable, 6 months to 9 months probably is the best timetable, where that will not be, that won't be required. It will just be, you'll need to send your payment in by the time that we are ready to get the order back from PSA before the reveal. So we'll be working towards that. And my goal, this is something that won't be, I'm trying to make this as seamless as possible, but it will take some time, I think, to kind of, establish a norm a little bit, or more of a routine. But I want to make sure, like I mentioned earlier on, that I'm providing the same service that you would expect from Mike, and make sure that you're satisfied with this process overall. So if you have any questions for me, feel free to ask. So thank you guys so much for watching. Again, please reach out if you have any questions. Like I said, I'll be doing the video later, next few days, I'll say, with the step-by-step breakdown of the Google Doc that shows how to submit. Really not that much different than what Mike had, but maybe some of my language is worded a little differently, so we'll work through it. But thank you guys so much. Sure to see you next time. Until then, have a good one.